In a quiet little nursery, where soft moonlight slipped through the curtains each night, there lived a small, gentle toy known as the Velveteen rabbit. His fur was made of smooth velvet, his ears stood up in a delicate curve, and his eyes, two shiny buttons, held a kind, patient glow. Every evening, when the house finally became still, and the only sound was the soft ticking of a clock on the wall, the Velveteen rabbit would rest in his usual place near the bed. He watched the shadows stretch and settle, watched the room fall into silence, and wondered what it might feel like to be real. Not just a toy, but real. Real enough to run through grass, real enough to feel the morning breeze, real enough to belong to someone with a love so warm it made his heart come alive. For a long time, he simply waited. And then one morning, everything changed. The boy, bright-eyed, gentle, and full of imagination, found the Velveteen rabbit tucked behind the pillows. With a soft smile, the boy picked him up, hugged him close, and carried him downstairs. From that moment on, the rabbit became the boy's favorite companion. They spent long afternoons sitting near the window, feeling the warm sunlight wash over them. They shared quiet mornings, peaceful evenings, and countless sleepy nights, where the boy drifted off while gently holding the rabbit's soft velvet paw. Little by little, the rabbit began to feel something new, a warmth spreading through him, a sense of belonging, like he was more than folded fabric and tiny stitches, like he mattered. As days passed into weeks, the rabbit learned the rhythm of the boy's life. He knew when the boy was about to laugh, when he would whisper secrets only the rabbit could hear, and when he was drifting toward sleep, breathing slow and steady as the rabbit stayed close to guard his dreams. On calm afternoons, the boy would take the rabbit out to the garden. The sunlight danced across the grass. Tiny flowers opened their colorful petals, and a gentle breeze played with the rabbit's ears. Sometimes, the rabbit wished he could hop like the real rabbits in the field beyond the fence. But the boy never seemed to mind that he could not move on his own. To the boy, the rabbit was already perfect. One night, as the moon hung low and soft over the window, the Velveteen rabbit heard a whisper. It came from the rocking chair where the old skin horse lived, wise, worn, and full of stories. "Real isn't how you're made," the skin horse said in a voice warm as a lullaby. "It's something that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, you become real." The rabbit listened carefully, his heart fluttering like a soft feather. "Does it hurt?" he asked gently. "Sometimes," the skin horse replied. "But when you are real, you don't mind the hurt, because by then, you'll know what love truly feels like." The rabbit thought about this for many nights, and each time the boy hugged him close, each time he held him tightly as he fell asleep, the rabbit felt something blooming inside him, slowly, warmly, gently. One golden afternoon, the boy took the rabbit into the forest at the edge of the garden. Tall trees swayed overhead, their leaves whispering secrets of the wind. The smell of pine and warm earth wrapped around them. The boy let the rabbit sit beside him on a patch of moss. And in that very moment, something magical happened. The forest grew quiet, the leaves stilled. The light shifted softly, and from between the trees stepped a real rabbit, sleek, quick, with bright, curious eyes. He looked at the Velveteen rabbit for a long time. "Are you real?" the forest rabbit asked softly. The Velveteen rabbit wanted so badly to say yes. He wanted to stand, to hop, to leap into the sunlight, but he couldn't move, not yet. I'm not," he whispered. "Not really, but the boy loves me." The forest rabbit tilted his head kindly. "Sometimes," he said, "that's the beginning." And just like that, he disappeared into the trees. Days passed, and the bond between the boy and the rabbit grew even deeper. But one day, the boy fell ill, a soft fever that kept him resting in bed for weeks. The Velveteen rabbit never left his side, not for a second. He stayed tucked beneath the blankets, warming the boy's hands, listening to every quiet sigh. At last, the boy grew stronger. He walked outside again, feeling the sun on his face, and for the first time in many days, he smiled. But that night, something strange happened. As the moon flooded the garden with pale light, a gentle glow formed around the Velveteen rabbit. At first, it felt like warmth, then like wind, then like soft electricity humming through his seams. A voice, light as starlight, whispered through the air, "You have been loved deeply, and because of that love, you shall become real." A soft, magical light wrapped around the rabbit. His velvet fur shimmered. His button eyes glowed warmly. His tiny paws trembled. Then he felt the earth beneath his feet, really felt it, the coolness of the grass, the softness of the wind, the gentle thump of his own heartbeat. He took his first real hop, then another, and another. He was real, truly, wonderfully, beautifully real. Sometimes in the evenings, when the boy played in the garden, a small brown rabbit would appear at the edge of the trees, quiet, still, watching him with a familiar, gentle gaze. The boy always felt comforted when he saw that rabbit, though he never quite understood why. But the Velveteen rabbit knew. He remembered every laugh, every quiet bedtime, every moment of love that had made him real. And each night, as the stars rose one by one and the world grew soft and sleepy, he whispered into the breeze, "Love makes everything real." And the forest carried his words into the night, calming anyone who listened, guiding them gently, slowly, peacefully, into a warm and restful sleep.